my channel, Berries and Spice, a channel for those with a refined palate. My aim here is to show you the process of creating, cooking and plating up dishes with a fine dining twist in your home kitchen. On top of recipes, cooking tips and plating tricks, you'll find stories and resources to help you become a better home chef. In this video, I'm making a dish of lamb Scotch eggs with a curry sauce. This is part 2 of the recipe. You'll find the curry recipe in a link in the description. So, let's get cooking! Here's what you'll need. 6 eggs, 5 of which you'll turn into Scotch eggs, a small bunch of coriander, curry sauce, and the recipe video is in the description, 625 grams of minced lamb, homemade curry spice blend, which you can also find in the description, some nutmeg, a small piece of ginger, an orange. I used a yuzu, but oranges will be fine. Make sure it's organic though. Smoked salt, although that is optional. Frying oil, flour, breadcrumbs, pickled daikon, and I'll talk about that later in the video. Salt and pepper. Start by chopping the coriander finely. Add it to the minced lamb. You can already bring water to a boil for the eggs. Back to the meat. Grate the ginger, add 2 teaspoons of the curry blend, grate some nutmeg, add the smoked salt, then grate the zest of a whole orange, sprinkle some pepper and mix well. Put to the side until you cook the eggs. I cooked 1 egg at a time since I worried I'd mess something up, but you can boil them all at the same time. 6.5 minutes, not longer. Then put them under cold water or a nice bath. Ice bath, not nice bath. Otherwise, they'll continue cooking and you won't end up with a runny yolk. Crack the eggs and peel them. Leaving them in water once slightly cracked makes peeling easier. Heat the oil in a pot or a pan. You'll need enough oil to cover a bit more than half of the egg. Crack the 6th egg. You'll use that for the breading. Mix with a spoon, season with salt and pepper. Get the flour and breadcrumbs next to you and start shaping the Scotch eggs. You can either spread the meat in a thin layer on your palm or spread it onto cling film and wrap the egg around it. Make sure the egg is properly and evenly wrapped, or else it might crack when frying, which may overcook the egg and well, that won't look very nice either. Get the eggs breaded. First flour, then egg, then breadcrumbs. Once the oil is hot, add the eggs and fry them for exactly 5 minutes, turning them in the process. If they turn brown too quickly, turn down the heat, and you can test the sizzle with a little bit of the breadcrumbs mix. Heat the curry sauce in the meantime and add the juice from half of the orange to it as well. You can probably see how stressed I was not to overcook that egg, but it worked! And I tested this not once, not twice, but 3 times. Look, it's brown, crunchy and beautiful. Time to plate up. Add the curry sauce to a bowl, place the egg, then with a teaspoon, add a little curry sauce to the top of the egg to get the pickled daikon to stick. I used some fennel fronds as garnishes, felt the need for some green onto the plate. You can also grate a bit of citrus zest, like I did. Pickles. Let's talk about pickles. I didn't share the recipe for the daikon pickles that I'm using in this dish, mostly because it's a really versatile recipe and really you can play around with any kind of vegetable. Also, you can use any kind of radish, or you can even use onions actually. I did make a portion with pickled onions and that turned out really nice. Okay, so how do you make them? Well, slice your vegetables thinly. I'm using a mandolin usually. And then in a pot, bring half vinegar, half water to a boil, add a pinch of sugar, bit of salt, and then flavor that with any kind of spices. So I think I used turmeric, star anise and coriander seeds in mine. They're pretty old. I used them a while back when I made a haggis. Yes, I did make haggis by myself. After you've brought that to a boil, just add the pickling juice on top of your veggies, store that in a jar in the fridge, and well, it lasts for months and months and months, so you don't need to worry about that. And you can use them in so many dishes. When making Scotch eggs, the biggest risk is overcooking the egg. And I'm not sure how you like your Scotch eggs, but I like mine to be very runny. This is why I recommend chilling the eggs beforehand. So after you boil them and peel them, just pop them in some cold water, make sure that they're cold, and then pop them into the freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes until you're basically ready to wrap them in the meat. Also, if you make the meat too thick, then your eggs will need to cook longer than mine. Which is why I recommend you just portion the meat beforehand. So the quantity that's in the description is perfect for exactly 5 eggs. Oh, and once they're breaded, you can chill them in the fridge, even overnight, and fry them when you're ready to eat them. I do enjoy my Scotch eggs in a slightly unconventional way. Rather than having mayo or a relish, I would rather have a velouté or, in this case, a curry sauce. And one of the reasons why I decided to split the recipe into 2 was because you can have each of them, the curry sauce or the Scotch eggs, with different ingredients. But back to this particular dish, do squeeze a little bit of citrus onto your curry before serving it. I was lucky to have a yuzu fruit thanks to my friend Simone, and that was very nice. But anyway, acidity will balance out the flavors and it will work splendidly. And that is also something I shamefully forgot to film. I've also made this with rice on the side too, so if you want a more substantial meal, you can do that. I like to make my rice with a bit of turmeric, some cardamom pods, some coriander seeds, and some rose petals. So do try that, it works very well with this curry sauce. I hope you've enjoyed this recipe video. Here's a new challenge for you. Is there a dish or an ingredient that you'd like me to feature in one of my future videos? If so, leave that as a comment. If you like the video, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get notified when new videos are out. If you have a question about any of the recipes or would just like to say hi, leave a comment here or DM me on Instagram, Berries and Spice. Until next time, bye!